Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk briefly and just share the story about how I went from sleeping on the streets of Cotonou, Benin Republic, after I relocated on 1st of April 2013 from Nigeria to actually working with the Deputy Ambassador of the Nigerian Embassy, and also subsequently getting an international project that paid me 2,500 euros with an NGO based in Holland that was European Union funded. Now, what you see here, as you can see, has been viewed about 11,056 times. Is the title of the article. The article is titled "Why I Relocated from Nigeria to the Republic." I think I wrote it a few months after I actually relocated, and my goal was to. You can see I shared pictures of the food I was eating that was costing me just less than 100 naira there, which could never have cost me that kind of money. It would cost me a lot more in Nigeria. So I wrote this on the 13th of November 2013. Things had really stabilized for me at this time. I decided to move to Benin Republic after I couldn't get some peace where I was living. I was having issues on the home front with a very violent and abusive partner. That was one aspect of it, and then the other aspect of it was that I was having also problems with social amenities. There was no electricity that was consistent. It was affecting me. I was paying way more in terms of bills, and yet I didn't have the light. I didn't have peace of mind moving around the streets. So basically, it wasn't that they were attacking me every day. It was just that, I even had a client that was trying to use police to harass me. So I decided I wanted to work online 100%. So I needed round-the-clock access to electricity. So that's what the story is about. I'm just telling people, as of November, things were already taking shape. I was doing well, better, much better. And by January 2014, I had already gotten 2,500 euros. Before then, in September, I had actually been, as I'm going to show you now, I had actually been engaged by a deputy ambassador at the embassy he gave me a chauffeur, and you'll see the photo here. You can see that this was on September 27, 2013, and I was sharing this photo on with my friends and other contacts on Facebook, showing them how I had, of course, many of them at this time didn't know I had slept on the streets. The first month in Benin Republic, that was April, was terrible for me. I got kicked out of the hotel within 5 days because I ran out of money. I did not understand the exchange rate. But even if I had understood the exchange rate, I did not have the money. So the money I had borrowed, was not enough for me to stay more than 5 days in the hotel. I got kicked out. I think I was spending about 2,000 CFA per night in a very cheap hotel called Hotel Petit Père. If there's any of you that knows Cotonou, you know it's not far from the Etoile Rouge area. And so I was living there, and I was just like a guy. Every day I would go out and come back at night, no results whatsoever. I never thought it would be easy to move to another country and kind of hit it big. And I wasn't looking for customers in the country. All I was trying to do was get a place where I could do business online, do my marketing online. So I was connecting with a lot of cyber cafes. Anyway, so I was sharing the story here in September. But what I'm trying to say is that I started by sleeping on the streets. Things were tough. Eventually, I made friends with somebody in a town called Calabi, just outside Cotonou. His name is Mumuni. He then took me onto the campus, and somebody had told me that I could actually get room accommodation on campus for the equivalent of about 8,000 naira at the time. So the money that my sister had sent to me, Kemi, was money I used to then purchase access to the room. I talked to the chef department, like kind of house master kind of person, and I was given that opportunity to do that. It was just a straightforward system. You didn't have to bribe anybody or anything. Nobody harassed you. I was there for 3 solid months, living with young people that were about half my age, but I was working round the clock. I remember that while I was on campus, let me see. You can see this article here. What are you willing to do to succeed? I slept on the streets of Benin Republic, Cotonou, and Port Novo. There was a time I went to Songhai, the very famous Songhai, the place where they practice the zero waste agricultural system, where they do a lot of recycling. And after I left the place, I didn't actually have any more money. So money to go, and because it was late, I couldn't go back to Cotonou from Port Novo. So I didn't have money to pay for hotel accommodation. So I actually had to go and sleep in front of a shop overnight. And I was sleeping on the street for roughly a combined period of about 2 weeks. Not sometimes consecutive days. There was a period I slept on the streets from a Friday afternoon till Monday morning, waiting for money to come from Nigeria through UBA Africa. These are real experiences that enabled me to make friendships with people in Benin Republic that were total strangers. And you couldn't go and beg on the streets of Benin. It's not possible. You don't beg. Don't go around saying, "Bros, give me money." Look, I spoke French, but you don't do that. So it was out of the question. I was drinking water from Friday afternoon till Monday morning, when the money then came through the bank. The bank was right in front of the Stade de l'Amitié there, this National Stadium. And the gendarme, there was a gentleman who had accosted me for sleeping in front of the stadium, and then the security guys had to help me out. I'm talking of Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no money to eat, but I had already paid for the cyber cafe, so I was writing articles all through that period. Anybody that goes to my blog will see that throughout April down to the end of the year, there was never a time I wasn't writing my articles on more or less a daily basis. So hunger did not stop me. This is what I tell people about what is called a magnificent obsession, your passion. Nothing will make you stop because you are focused on your dream. So as you can see here, if you do a Google search with my name and why I relocated to Cotonou from Nigeria, you can see some useful links there. But I've shown you some of them. And the goal, my purpose here is, like, as I said, to let people know that the journey that got me to this point that you see here, where you can see some people commenting here. Let me see what some of them are saying. This is somebody that I actually was friends with. I was colleagues with, in Guinness Nigeria, Shitu. He was commenting, we have unfinished business to do together. He knew I used to build software in Guinness, so I think he was saying something. I think at that time he was running a pig farm, so he was saying, and I think we eventually did some small discussions. We never really consummated a relationship in that regard, So you can see this other person was asking me, because the what's it called? The deputy diplomat had actually given me this car with a driver to take me to Nigeria. This happened 3 times. I would be taken to Iludu in Ekiti State, where the farm was based. I built a website for the farm. I built this. My poultry farm manager that I sell for 75,000, I sold to him as well. So I went to install it in the farm. I trained the farm manager, a young lady. Can't remember her name now. So this person here was telling me when I got to Nigeria, I should call him. We did have a conversation when I got to Nigeria. I was living in the farmhouse. Now think about it, from sleeping on the streets. How did I get to what's it called? Staying on working with a diplomat. How did I meet him? How did I make that transition? Well, the truth of the matter is that that's going to be in a special audio podcast, all right, that I'm going to publish, because I want to show people the psychological process that goes through, that goes into the process of achieving a breakthrough. I have done this repeatedly. There was a time in 1999 that I was stuck in Douala in Cameroon with no kobo in my pockets, and I found my way back to Nigeria without having a kobo in my pocket. I borrowed money from nobody. That's a story that's written in an article that's on my website, and I've shared it with a lot of people. And the thing is, the same mindset I had, the same mindset that guided me to turn my suffering into positivity, in this particular story. So if you are interested in hearing the full story about how I went from sleeping on the streets of Cotonou, sleeping on the streets of Cotonou, to eventually making contact with the deputy ambassador in the Nigerian embassy, and getting to the point where he felt the need to pay me a check right there in his office after meeting me for the very first time, to go and cash money, which I didn't have a cover of before. What did he see? What did he hear from me? All those things. I'm going to share that story. It's going to be an audio podcast, and anybody that requests for it will just get it. They get the download link to be able to listen to it. And the objective is to share with you the mindset you need to have. You have to take practical action and focus on identifying the people that need the solution you can offer. You've got to have a solution. You must be able to add value to people. That's the only way they're going to succeed. I didn't have to run into any church building or mosque. All I did was focus and practice the philosophies of success. I want to share that with you. If you're interested, please follow the instructions at the end of this video and connect with me so that you can become a subscriber to my mailing list and get the download link to the podcast when it goes live. I wish you well.